Hello and welcome back to Everything Boats with Captain Frank Lanier, where we discuss boats and boating, from maintenance and repairs to seamanship and safety, as well as everything in between. This podcast is a companion to my YouTube channel of the same name, so if you like and find it useful, be sure to subscribe and please check out my YouTube channel as well, where you'll find hundreds of informative videos on pretty much every boating topic imaginable. So today's podcast is based on a segment of my YouTube channel called Ask Captain Frank. And this is where I take questions from my YouTube channel viewers, customers of my marine survey business, or just people randomly calling me up trying to get me to answer shit for free. So today's topic is life rafts and selection and installation. This is an email I got from a guy, and he says, "You know what, Captain Frank, I'd like to purchase a life raft for my occasional offshore cruises, but I'm not sure where to mount it. Can you give me some advice? If it helps, the boat is a 38-foot sailboat." Okay, so this is something I see a lot. People, they want to install life rafts when they go offshore and stuff, and it's a good deal, right? It's a good thing to have, right? It's a safety, feature that, I recommend for everybody heading offshore. So I'm going to just kind of paraphrase the email that I sent this guy, and then I'm going to expand on it. So while the decision to buy a life raft is typically preceded by a considerable amount of thought, where it will be stowed or mounted once purchased is too often an afterthought. The best life raft money can buy will be reduced to more of a liability than an asset if it's unable to be easily accessed and launched when needed. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to talk about mounting and stowage strategies that will help ensure your life raft is always ready, willing, and able to assist you in your time of need. That will be when the feces hits the rotary oscillator. So the holy grail of life raft stowage can be boiled down into four basic requirements: protection from the elements, security against vandalism or theft while you're in port, easy to access and launch, and finally, be able to deploy it without becoming entrapped or entangled, like in sailboat rigging or whatever. The best scenario is that the vessel has a built-in life raft stowage locker, one that protects the raft, yet keeps it instantly available. A well-thought-out life raft locker ensures the vessel is protected from the elements, it's less likely to be washed overboard in heavy seas, and if the latching system accepts a padlock, it's more easily secured against theft while you're in port. So before we go any further, let's talk about the two basic types of life rafts. These are the two very basic styles of life raft you're going to purchase. Those that are packed in a flexible valise for below deck storage, or those stored within a rigid canister for mounting on deck. The valise style of life raft is popular due to its greater compactness, lighter weight, and the additional protection offered by storing it inside, which also keeps the decks clear and the raft out of the way. While these benefits are attractive, there are also downsides associated with storing a life raft below decks. Smaller vessels may lack the space near the companionway to store a bulky raft without impeding the normal flow of traffic. Another issue is that you have to lug this valise on deck to deploy it. Many rafts are heavy, even when deflated, and many may be too heavy for smaller crew members to handle, particularly in rough weather. When selecting a below-deck storage space or locker, choose one that's accessible, convenient, free of clutter, lines, sails, whatever, and that it allows the raft to be easily launched by any crew member. While some boaters may temporarily store a valise-style raft above decks during offshore passages for easier deployment, rafts permanently stowed above decks should be housed within a canister. Canisters, rigid containers of molded fiberglass or ABS plastic, offer greater protection from physical damage and the elements than a fabric valise, allowing them to be mounted at most any suitable location above decks. You want to choose a location that provides easy access and deployment. The cons associated with canisters include being larger, heavier, and more expensive than a valise. The loss of valuable deck space can also be an issue. While they offer more protection against spray, canisters are also prone to flooding if submerged, such as when taking on solid water over the decks. One reason that the cockpit or upper decks may be a better mounting option than an exposed foredeck. Canister rafts must also be securely mounted to prevent damage or worse, loss during heavy weather. Most life raft manufacturers offer metal or fiberglass cradles or mounts for use with their canister rafts. As with any heavily loaded piece of deck gear, make sure all raft mounts and cradles are secured with heavy nuts, bolts, and sufficiently sized washers, or even better, backing plates. Regardless the style of raft you have, inspect any possible stowage area or mounting location with a critical eye while trying to visualize potential problems. If mounted near that engine deck hatch, will you be able to reach and deploy the raft in the event of an engine fire or explosion? Will that spot beneath the boom allow the raft to deploy without becoming tangled in the rigging? Don't be afraid to simulate a launch using the raft or a cardboard box of similar size to develop a launching procedure and ferret out any problems beforehand. Your life, as well as your crew's, may depend on it. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. And if so, and you want to buy Captain Frank a cup of coffee, please click on the support link in the text description below. All monies received, not spent on coffee, will go towards making even more awesome podcasts for my channel. And as always, thank you for your support.